Hello, hello, hello. Evening all. Welcome to this week's edition of the quiz stream. Drop a hi in the chat if you're on the stream and ready to go. And happy Thanksgiving week to any Americans joining us this evening. No, it's not Thanksgiving yet, but almost. I don't know how many teams we're going to have in tonight, but we'll give a couple of minutes for everyone to get in. So while we are waiting for people to filter in for the first couple of minutes, why don't we have a look at the rounds that we've got coming up this evening? Oh, no one's on the stream yet. Okay. So I think people got onto the forms before they got onto the stream. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Drop hi in the chat if you're on the stream now. I have to rely on Jessica to feed me that info. So excuse me if there's a couple seconds delay. Welcome to the quiz stream. Happy Thanksgiving to any Americans joining. All right, the Van Goghs are back. Hello, hello, hello. Hello from the Netherlands, returning players. Hey, hey, hey. Get your team names in, guys. No more tiebreakers. Two in a row with Mr. Shankar. Hi, guys. Hello. Okay, everyone's hopped on at once. Hey, hey. So, yeah, let's have a look at the rounds we've got coming up this evening. Hey, Joe. So, as ever, starting with a general knowledge round. Round two. Hey, Soup Jockey. Or Chogyo, if you're Korean. Then we've got Thanks Quizzing. It's that time of year for Americans, not Canadians. I know we've got Canadians on the stream tonight. Then Enut Tat Eman. Oh, how mysterious. Separated at Perth. I think Jessica knocked it out in the park on this graphic. Mortal Wombat. Oh, as if the graphics couldn't get better. Then Poor Little Cool Pets. Oh, she was really on a tear this week. And then closing out with another general knowledge as usual. Tonight's beer from Hop Hooligans. The first time we've had Hop Hooligans on the stream. They're actually our favorite Bucharest brewery, but all the shops that sell the Hop Hooligans are kind of far away, so we don't have them that often. So they're a bit dear. Very nice. Summer Punch. Haven't tried this one yet. Not exactly seasonal. Those are our rounds. We've had a look. So at the end of the first round, you'll notice, based on some viewer suggestions, Jessica's set the forms up this week so that when you hit submit, it shows you the answers you submitted. So then when we're going through the answers at the end, you can remember what you wrote. Some people mentioned, oh, we go through the answers, they can't remember what they selected. So this way, it's easier to keep track of how you're doing. So thanks, Jessica, for that. You're a star. And as always, your answers don't submit until aren't locked in until you hit submit. So you can always go back and change throughout. So I think, for nearly 5 minutes past the hour now, I think most people who are joining us will be in. If people filter in kind of halfway through round one, I'm going to repeat the round at the end anyway. So has plenty of time to join the stream. So with all that preamble out of the way, let's go straight into round one. which, as always, is general knowledge. Thank you very much, Kelsey. So, general knowledge question 1. So, an Alaska Airlines flight leaving Juneau in the spring of 1987 was delayed for an hour after a collision with what animal? A bear, a fish, a moose, or a seal? So, which animal collided with an Alaska Airlines flight in 1987? Okay, and question 2. Which world capital is closest to the equator? Is that Kampala, Singapore, Nairobi, or Quito? Which of those capital cities is closest to the equator? So, if capital cities is your thing, this is a good question for you. So that's Kampala, Singapore, Nairobi, Quito. Try and think, do you know what country those cities are in? Are those countries close to the equator? Okay, and now a sports question. We don't have a lot of them on the stream, but you gotta have it's a pub staple, pub quiz staple. You gotta have some sports questions. So it's about the Premier League. Which of these teams has never had a top 5 finish in the Premier League? So that is not the top flight of English football, specifically the Premier League. Since like 1992, it's been the Premier League. Which of these teams has never had a top 5 finish? It's Queen's Park Rangers, Bolton Wanderers, Ipswich Town, and Norwich City. So, which of those 4 teams has never finished in the top 5? Next up, a history question. So, known as the father of English history, what was the name of the monk who authored the most well-known texts on early medieval Britain? Is he the Honorable Button, the Blessed Seekquin, the Sanctified Rhinestone, or the Venerable Bede? So, Button, Sequin, Rhinestone, or Bede? Yeah, that particular sports question, bit of an disadvantage to non-British quizzes, of whom we have several in tonight, I believe. And the last one of the first round, question 5. Which condition has the patient in the board game Operation never suffered from? Is it tennis elbow, water on the knee, brain freeze, or writer's cramp? So most of us played it at least once as kids, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of us will have some old set missing half the pieces in the attic somewhere. But which condition did the patient has he never suffered from? Tennis elbow, water on the knee, brain freeze, writer's cramp. So let's quickly repeat those and then give you all a minute to get your answers in. So question 1, anyone who's just joining us, I'm going to quickly run through round 1 again. Question 1, an Alaska Airlines flight leaving Juneau in the spring of 1987 was delayed for an hour after a collision with what animal? Question 2, which of these 4 world capitals is closest to the equator? Question 3, which of these 4 teams has never had a top 5 finish in the English Premier League? So that's since it became the Premier League in 92. Question 4, what was the real name of the father of English history, a monk who authored the most well-known texts on early medieval Britain? And question 5, which condition has the patient in the board game Operation never suffered from? All right. We've got a couple of teams in already. Anyone needs anything repeated, the questions will come up on the screen, and also just let me know in the chat, and I'll repeat anything that needs repeating. All right, I think everyone is in now. Just going to double check with my producer. All right, so let's run through the answers. Oh, I'm going to have a speedy one tonight at this rate. So let's take a look at the answers. Question 1, the unlikely animal which struck an Alaska Airlines jet was a fish. Obviously, it needed a little help from an eagle. Yes, the collision did happen in midair. Question 2, all of the capital cities mentioned are very close to the equator, but Quito, in the aptly named Ecuador, is the only one that is slap bang on the equator. The equator actually runs through Quito. Question 3, QPR finished 5th in the Premier League's inaugural 92-93 season, and Norwich finished 3rd the same year. Norwich's rivals Ipswich pulled off a 5th place finish immediately following their promotion in the 2000-2001 season, but Bolton Wanderers' best ever finish was 6th place in 2004-2005. So yeah, Bolton Wanderers was the answer there. Question 4, the historian monk was the Venerable Saint Bede, not rhinestone or sequin, he was a bead. And finally, tennis elbow has never featured in Operation. It was actually on a short list where the public voted to add a new ailment. It was like an anniversary thing, I think, but the vote ended up going to brain freeze. So tennis elbow is the condition he's never suffered from. So let's see how everyone did in the first round. The early medieval history module you did. All right. So, a lot of very close and strong showings all round. So a 3-way tie for first place, 3 points each to River of Emotion, Big Bag of Cans, and the Van Goghs. Then Cat Flaps in second with 2 points. Oh, there are calls for tiebreakers already in the chat. Bit early for that yet, but oh boy. Yeah, Cat Flaps in second place with 2 points. Cornmax Enterprises on a single point in third. Only 2 points from top to bottom. So a nice close race, hopefully again. And moving on to round 2. So, hey, soup jockey. In American diner slang, a soup jockey is a waiter. We're going to test your ability to decode the mysterious lingo of the diner. So if any of you ever happen to work at a classic American diner, you'll have a bit of an advantage. But let's get started. Question 1. You'll see 4 terms in American diner slang, which is not a way to say mustard. So is that baby sauce, yellow paint, Mississippi mud, or motor oil? Which of those 4 terms is not a way to say mustard? Baby sauce, yellow paint, Mississippi mud, and motor oil, the options there. Question 2. What would you get if you ordered fish eyes at a diner? Fish eyes. Is it tapioca pudding? Is it 2 eggs sunny side up, raisin cake, or donuts? Tapioca pudding, 2 sunny side up fried eggs, some raisin cake, or some donuts? Big Bag of Cans is the best name. I'm not going to give out bonus points for team names though, because after the last couple of weeks, there's no way it's coming down to that. All right, question 3. What will happen to your food if you ask the waitress to make it cry? Is it that the cook will pour cream over the top? The cook will add onions? The cook will cook your meat well done? Or the cook will tenderize your steak? Which of those is make it cry? And then question 4. This is one of my favorite terms that we turned up looking for these. What will you get if you order a bloodhound in the hay? Is that a hot dog with sauerkraut, a hot dog with hash browns, liver and onions, or a bowl of shredded wheat with strawberries? So, hot dog and sauerkraut, hot dog with hash browns, liver and onions, or a bowl of shredded wheat with strawberries? And hold on, I think I just went a bit choppy there. Question 5. Which, oh, it's gone again. Which is not a way to say garlic in diner slang? Which of these is not a way to say garlic? Is it Bronx vanilla, Italian perfume, halitosis, or spaghetti berries? All of those I think are excellent, but which of them is not a real diner slang term for garlic? Let's see. We'll just I'll just quickly repeat those anyway. So first one, which of those 4 is not a way to say mustard? Number 2, what would you get if you ordered fish eyes? Number 3, what would happen if you asked the waitress to make it cry? Number 4, what will you get if you order a bloodhound in the hay? And number 5, which is not a way to say sense that I'm going like, even though I'm on a different page. All right, so I think we're just waiting on one team. Everyone's been so fast this evening. Do we have any Americans on, or anyone from? Do Canadians have diners like Americans do? What is your diner order? First of all, what's your diner order? And second, of like the chain diners, what's your preference? Like Denny's or Waffle House or what have you? Everyone's in, all answers in. And we'll see. First, we'll look at the answers and then we'll see the scores. So, first of all, question one is mustard. So all of the options in question one mean mustard, except for motor oil, which is syrup. Then, if you ask for tapioca, you'll get. Sorry, if you ask for fish eyes, you'll get tapioca. Makes sense. Tapioca, the texture. I would call it frog spawn. Maybe that is another diner term for it, but fish eyes was the one in this question. Then make it cry. I think makes sense when you think about it. Onions make you cry. I think people. It's almost kind of like you think, oh, that's the obvious answer. I'll go for something else. But no, it's pretty straightforward. Onions make you cry. So if you make it cry, you put onions on it. Bloodhound in the hay. So Jessica found all of these. She ran them past me before we added them. I really thought it was going to be hash browns, but it is sauerkraut, hot dog and sauerkraut. And the final one, spaghetti berries. So the all terms for spaghetti berries are not a term for garlic. So all of those are terms for garlic except for spaghetti berries. And when Jessica asked me that, I thought, well, spaghetti berries must be tomatoes, right? But no, she just made it up. Oh, that's completely fictional. So congratulations, Jessica, for coming up with very convincing sounding fake diner lingo. But yeah, let's see how that's affected the scoreboard. Kelsey Kubiak is American, living in the Netherlands. How long have you been in the Netherlands? We've got, and of course, you don't have to be American to appreciate an American diner, that's for sure. Corned beef hash, solid order. Poutine. All right, so let's have a look at the scoreboard. Okay, we actually have 2 years. 2 years in the Netherlands. Lovely. We've got an outright leader after that round. The Van Goghs, with 7 points, have separated themselves from the pack. River of Emotion and Big Bag of Cans joint in second. Cornmax Enterprises with 3, Cat Flaps with 2. All right, great job, guys. The field's starting to open up a little bit. And yes, you can see in the chat there, operating the trivia mystery comments is Jessica. Her favorite home diner has closed. Jessica, yes, we do have an American running this trivia. Let's have a look at round 3. Thanks quizzing. It's that time of year. And to celebrate, we will describe for you 5 other harvest festivals from around the world. So I'll describe the festival to you, and you have to select on a map of the world where you think it's celebrated. It's the first time we've used this map input in the quiz. So just quickly, it is a bit fiddly sometimes with the smaller countries. You can do the old pinch and squeeze to zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, please only enter 1 country per question. So if you accidentally hit something and it selects it, you have to select it again to turn it off. But yeah, 1 country per question. I'll describe the Harvest Festival. Not all of them take place at this time of year because different parts of the world harvest things at different times of year. They're all harvest festivals, but so that's the link to Thanksgiving there. But let's have a look. Number 1 is a rice festival, and it's celebrated with Effigies of rice goddesses being placed in fields. Those are like little dolls made out of rice stalks. Towns are decorated with colorful flags, and they have bull races. So not the water buffalo bulls. They're decorated with colorful headdresses and raced. So that's little rice dolls of rice goddesses placed in the fields, towns decorated with colorful flags, and water buffaloes decorated with colorful headdresses and raced. So select the country where you think that festival takes place on the map. Okay. Oh, and I will tell you that takes place. It's a long thing. It takes place at any time in the window of May 1st to June 30th. It's a whole harvest season celebration. Number 2. I think we'll probably have to give you a few extra seconds on this round just to navigate. It's because I did test out using the map. It can be a little bit fiddly, so we'll give you an extra few seconds to get your answers in. Number 2 is a wine festival, which takes place on the final Sunday of February. The Archbishop sprinkles the first grapes of the harvest with holy water. There is a parade of beauty queens atop regional floats, so the different regions of the country. And there are fireworks, musicians, and dancers. So this is a wine festival. Then, question 3 is a general harvest festival. Takes place in September or October. I think it's in particular like a citrus harvest, but I think it's just generally a harvest festival. And families build temporary shelters with open roofs where they eat and sometimes sleep for 7 days. And people shake wands made of willow, myrtle, and palm with citron in all directions every day to show thankfulness to the land. So wands made of willow, myrtle, and palm. And I think like citron oil or something to like anoint them. And that's in September or October. Number 4 is an olive harvest festival. It takes place for 2 days in November. Locals eat olive oil, walnuts, chestnuts, cheese, wines, meats, and truffles. There are antique markets, horseback riding, and music. There is a special mass to bless the olive oil, and there's a large medieval dinner in a 12th century castle. So where does this olive festival take place? And question 5, it's a yam festival, a yam harvest festival. Again, this doesn't have a specific day. It's a long harvest season, usually falls around July or August. People eat corn, okra, beans, fish, chicken, and lamb. There is ceremonial drumming. There is singing and mask wearing, and there are parades. Okay. All of these going up in the chat because there's quite a lot to remember. So this is a bit of a tricky round. We'll give you a minute or two to get your answers in. A lot to think about. One team has the answers in already, though. That was quick. Righto. Let's points for the right planet. You get 0.00001 of a point. But everyone gets. I think everyone's probably going to get the right planet, so I think they all cancel out. All right, another team in. That's 3 teams we have in now. No, 2 teams, so. Well, I think some of the teams further back might have caught up a little on this round. And is that no? We've one team we're left waiting for. But don't rush yourself too much. I think we're a little ahead of schedule compared to usual. All right. So yeah, I'm getting a bit distracted by the incoming answers. We've got some. Oh, I'm lagging. We're back and back. All right. So yeah, I know we've got people from all over in tonight. Definitely we've got for sure some Dutch, some Americans, some Irish, some Canadians. What any big harvest festivals in your home countries? Oh, I think everyone's in now. All right, so we'll run through the answers quickly. Hope everyone found using the map input okay. That was our first time with it. So first off, we had the Rice Festival. A lot of people, I think, correctly guessed. They knew the region must be kind of somewhere in South Asia, and they, I think, correctly assumed Hindu. So a lot of people went India and Nepal around there. It's in Indonesia. Bali, the island of Bali, is mainly Hindu. So it's a Balinese festival, but if you clicked anywhere in Indonesia, it selects the whole country. So Indonesia was the answer for the Rice Festival. Next, we had the Wine Festival. Now, it sounded very Catholic, and there's a lot of Catholic wine countries, that's for sure. But the hint here was that the first grapes of the harvest are blessed in February. So Catholic country, Southern Hemisphere, wine harvest, kind of narrows it down to 2, doesn't it? And it was Argentina. Then next was the general harvest / citrus harvest, Sukkot, which happens in September, October in Israel. Then I would say one of the easier ones to guess. The Olive Festival is Italy. There's like 3 countries really that you associate with big olive harvests. And I think that the eating truffles kind of leans it a bit more towards Italy than Spain. And yeah, indeed, it is in Italy. And finally, the Yam Festival. We would have accepted either Ghana or Nigeria for this. Samhain, yes, I think we had that as a question in our Halloween special, actually. Okay, so we're going to move on to round. Oh no, first we're going to have a look at the scoreboard. Okay, so Cat Flaps had a good round, but so did Cormax Enterprises. They both kind of closed the gap a little bit. They had started to fall behind. They brought it back within 3 points of the leader, the Bancrofts, with 8 points. River of Emotion and Big Bag Hands still tied 7 each, just 1 point back. So honestly, another tiebreak is definitely a very real possibility at this early stage in the quiz. Okay, round 4. We've got Enut Tat Eman. Backwards, it's Name That Tune. So we are going to play you a little 10-second-ish, 10 to 15-second snippet of 5 well-known songs, but it's going to be played backwards. And you can just give us the name of the song and the name of the artist. They don't have to be backwards. In fact, we prefer that they were the right way around. But yeah, we'll play them. They're embedded in the question forms, but we are going to try and see if we can play them on the stream as well. They might be a little bit quiet on the stream. We've tried to adjust the audio down quieter because previous media clips we've had on the stream went a little loud. So hopefully you can hear these. Let's hear the first one. How's the volume on that? Let us know in the chat. Too quiet, just right. I don't think many people will be saying too loud, but let's hear that clip again anyway. That way, sorry if that broke up a bit on that, but you can listen again in the form. Remember, we want the artist and the song title. Just check the fields before you fill it in that you're putting the right one in the right place. Don't want to lose points like that. All right, let's have a listen to clip number 2. All right, let's hear that a second time. Okay, so I made these earlier in the week, and I've honestly started to get the backwards version stuck in my head. Let's hear tune number 3. All right, so what was it? I think that's probably one of the easier ones. Let's hear it again anyway. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to play the answers for you, by the way, because we know how they get about copyrighted music on streams. Question 4, let's hear the clip. Okay, and one more time for clip 4. Okay, and then the final clip. Let's have a listen. So all of these have kind of an uncanny quality. You know, you kind of like, I do recognize the sounds, but it can really trip you up, the whole backwardsness. So let's hear the fifth clip one more time. Am I frozen? No, I'm good. I was lagging for a few seconds there. All right. So as I said before, all of these are embedded into the form, so you can listen to them again. And I will give you a minute or two to do that. This is round 4, which means intermission time. Yeah. So listen to those again. These are, they're quite satisfying when you get them, when you realize you can recognize the tune backwards. So yeah, take your time on that. We'll be back in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we'll go over the answers then. Hey guys, I think we're just waiting on two teams now, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Got myself a new beer. It's the Flower Power IPA. It says Beckerbrau is the name of the brewery. You'd think German, but no, it is local. It's just the brewery that supplies a local chain of German-style pubs. Okay, so just hit submit on what you've got. Okay, that's another team in, and we'll see. Just last team, hit submit. Just finish filling in your guesses, and we'll see how we've done. Unfortunately, we can't play the clips on the stream, which is too bad. But yeah, anytime we've tried to put more than like 1 second of copyrighted music on our YouTube channel, it immediately gets taken down. All right. Yeah, one more team. I think I might start exclusively listening to music like this. When I first thought of doing this round, I strongly considered doing Work It, but it really is just the bit of the song reversed. So when you play it, when you play it backwards, it just sounds like the song forwards. So it was a bit too easy. Okay, so we're gonna whack up the 30-second timer for the last people getting their questions in. If you're having a problem submitting your answers, let us know in the comments. Jessica is monitoring them and she'll be able to help you. All right, I think that's everyone in now. Thank you very much. So we're just gonna give Jessica a second or two to just double check. It's the classic scenario. We have them auto scoring, but they just need double checking by eye. Auto scorer sometimes misses like misspellings and stuff. All right, so let's have a look. Now we need songs that people know, Shane. Let's go through the answers. So, unfortunately, one thing we did learn this time around was that "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme" really sounds like "Voulez-Vous" when you play it backwards. Yeah, it was "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme" was the ABBA song. I think we were looking for 2 gimmies at least to get the point. Although I think one team did say, all right, I'm not saying that the Beatles are obscure. I'm just saying people like how many people are really gonna be naming album tracks. Anyway, where was I? I think "Give Me a Man." We gave a point for that. Close enough. Then next one. I mean, a lot of people recognized Eminem, even though we did not play part of Eminem's verse. It was "Forgot About Dre" by Dr. Dre featuring Eminem. So we gave points for either Dr. Dre or Eminem. We did actually give 2 points for the correctly formatted Dr. Dre feat Eminem. So we gave a bonus point for the specificity there. I think 2 teams did that. And then question 3 was "Bittersweet Symphony" by The Verve. I mean, you can recognize the strings in that Rolling Stones sample quite easily. Then I think a lot of teams got that one. Question 4 was "Waterfalls" by TLC. And then the last one really tripped people up. Let's listen to it one more time. So I think some people got the point. I think one team got the point for the song, but not the artist. It was Tainted Love, but it was the original soft cell version of Tainted Love. All right, so a lot of points up for grabs in that round. That was a 10-point round. So, you know, those always have the possibility of really flipping the scoreboard. So let's take a look. Oh, here we go. It's refreshing, and it's back to a tie at the top, tied with the Van Goghs. Big Bag of Cans, still just 1 point back. These three teams, it's a real nail biter already. And then we've got Cat Flaps only 4 points back out of the lead, and Corn Max Enterprises 6 points back. So everything's still to play for. Still a pretty narrow field, given that we are 4 rounds deep. Speaking of which, let's go into our 5th round, separated at Perth. And so we've got 2 little twin babies there. One of them Perth in Scotland, one of them Perth in Australia. So what we're going to do here, I will describe to you 2 different towns or cities with the same name. You just have to give us the name that the 2 places share. So question 1, we have an ancient capital of Lower Egypt and the location of Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion. Both have pyramids. So an ancient capital of Lower Egypt and the location of Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion. Both have pyramids. Okay, yeah, making my best effort with Dutch pronunciation, but I might just stick to Van Gogh from now on. It's what I grew up with, and I am probably butchering that phoneme. Okay, let's have a look. Number 2. We have the 6th largest city in Nicaragua and the Andalusian city best known for the Alhambra, a centuries-old Moorish fortress. So it's probably the hardest one here, and if you're going to get it, it's going to be the second clue, probably, unless you're Nicaraguan. The 6th largest city in Nicaragua and the Andalusian city best known for the Alhambra, a centuries-old Moorish fortress. Moorish as in built by the Moors, not as in you want another bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes. Oh, thank you. And question 3. 2 towns home to prestigious universities, one in England, one in Massachusetts, USA. So 2 towns home to prestigious universities, one in England, one in Massachusetts, USA. Next up, We have question 4. The two towns are a former steel town in Nova Scotia and the large Antipodean city home to Bondi Beach. So a former steel town in Nova Scotia and the large Antipodean city home to Bondi Beach. Cat Flaps making up a point there. There was, I think, an auto scoring error. And finally, we have question 5. We've got the capital city of Costa Rica and the Silicon Valley city, which is home to the Sharks hockey team. The capital city of Costa Rica and the Silicon Valley city, which is home to the Sharks hockey team. Okay, does anyone need anything repeated from that round? Seems not. Answers are rolling in. It's so distracting to watch them just pop into the spreadsheet like that. Has anyone got a particular advantage by either having lived in or visited any of the places in either version of either of these places? Okay, so some people have visited some of these places. All right, I think we've almost got. Oh no, just one team. Cat Flaps almost got caught in our auto score, our robot scorer again, with a tiny spelling error. But don't worry, we caught it. We caught it this time. But yeah, just one more team. Oh. Why does it always lag with me in some really embarrassing position, like poking my eye or something? Okay, another person who's visited some of the towns in the question. One team left. Come on, hit submit. Oh, number two. Number two repeated. No problem. Number 2 is the 6th largest city in Nicaragua and the Andalusian city best known for the Alhambra, a centuries-old Moorish fortress. Moorish like the Moors, not like you want some more of it. The Moors like the people, not the biome. Okie dokie. So I think that is everyone in. And Oh, bonus fact, one of the other cities has 1,714 other twins. I did not know that. Thank you for that. Okay, so we'll run through the answers then. Question one was the ancient capital of Lower Egypt and the location of Elvis Presley's Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. Um, not Memphis, Tennessee for both of them, just Memphis is all you need to write. The one in Egypt is not called Memphis, Tennessee, it's just Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. Question two. Granada is in Andalusia. That's where the Alhambra is. Question three, and also it's the sixth largest city in Nicaragua. Question three. Cambridge is home to prestigious universities in both the UK and the US. There is a former steel town in Nova Scotia called Sydney, which is also a great big city in Australia with Bondi Beach in one of the suburbs. And the San Jose Sharks play in San Jose, California, which is, Silicon Valley. And also San Jose is the capital of Costa Rica. Jessica, which of the 1,716 San Jose's? Oh, as in with the same name. So there were a lot to choose from there. There are a lot of San Jose's we could have gone with. We went with those two. Pretty popular town name, it turns out. Okay, so let's see how things are. It's been tight so far. And it remains tight. Oh, but different teams tied for the lead. River of Emotion, Big Bag of Cans now tied at 19, passing the Van Goghs by 1. So still very close. Cat Flaps just behind 16, and Corn Max at 14, nipping at Cat Flaps' heels. Still a 5 points from top to bottom. So technically a one round could flip everything. All right, I think we could be looking at a comeback. All right, so round 6. One of my favorites concepts that we've done so far. Mortal Wombat. Look at them, aren't they cute? So Mortal Wombat is one letter different from. Wait, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I'm back. Sometimes that happens. I'll get a better laptop once this gets more popular. Okay, so Mortal Wombat is one letter different from Mortal Kombat. You change the K for a W, you get Mortal Wombat. You might describe the game as, a fighting tournament to the death between adorable Australian mammals. So that's how this round works. We will describe a game that is one letter different from a popular existing video game. You have to guess what the altered title is. So we want. So in that instance, the correct answer would be Mortal Wombat. That's the answer we would want, not Mortal Kombat. So just so we'll go straight into question 1 to get you into the feel of it. Control an Italian American plumber as he propels himself along a race course with the power of his own flatulence. What is the altered title that we have created? So what is the Mortal Wombat? So control an Italian American plumber as he propels himself along a race course with the power of his own flatulence. Okay, the second one. Okay, and they are going into the chat here. So you can look at those in your leisure. The second one, a first-person adventure, as you control a member of a U.S. battalion as they spend their leave hanging out in the food court and shoplifting cheap nail polish. So first-person adventure where you control a member of a U.S. battalion as they spend their leave hanging out in the food court and shoplifting cheap nail polish. So just one letter different, and we want the fake name. We don't want the name of the real video game. We just want to make sure everyone understands the premise here. Okay, the next one, question 3. Harvest and ferment cubic grapes from your cubic vineyard in this expansive and creative game. Harvest and ferment cubic grapes from your cubic vineyard in this expansive and creative game. Next, we have question 4. Stay safe from infection by fighting space demons remotely using work-from-home software. Stay safe from infection by fighting space demons remotely using work-from-home software. And finally, question 5. Some of the most famous faces in video games hold a platform-based fighting tournament in Victoria's Secret. Some of the most famous faces in video games hold a platform-based fighting tournament in Victoria's Secret. I'll say that again because I think the audio was chopped. Some of the most famous faces in video games hold a platform-based fighting tournament in Victoria's Secret. Okay, so all of those are in the chat. So if you're watching on the YouTube stream, you should be able to see them all in the chat there. I think based on where the comments are coming through from tonight, everyone's watching on the YouTube stream. But just in case you can't see the comments for whatever reason, just let me know in the chat and I will repeat any of those that you need me to. Well, the first team in really got what we were going for there. They crushed that round. I will not reveal who. What's the best video game ever? So I'm just going to give myself a Surface Phone mouse. It's being a bit noisy. So my personal favorite is Final Fantasy VII. My favorite video game has not changed in like 20 years because I'm just a calcified old man. Yeah, what are your favorites? Let me know. Is Final Fantasy VII even the best Final Fantasy? It's always good to start along. Train Simulator, Sonic 1, Train Simulator. That's what I expect from some Northern European continental. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think a lot of gaming is based on those like early those teenage memories, good times. I never had the reflexes for FPSs. I just find like the damage, the way you know that you're taking damage and stuff, it's just very unintuitive for me at least. Obviously, a lot of people are very good at it. Um, okay, I can only see 2 teams' answers submitted. Let's get everyone else in. Yeah, that's it. You play different games for different things. To be fair, talking of Zen and talking of GTA, I used to get pretty Zen playing GTA. Like, when was GTA 4 out? It must have been like 19 or 20, and just get absolutely baked and steal a helicopter and just fly around and not do anything, which I guess is kind of like playing Train Simulator. All right, 2 more teams. I think most teams have had pretty strong rounds so far. Sometimes the stream goes a bit choppy when I check the spreadsheet. All right, so we are going to whack on the 30-second countdown for the last couple of teams. All right. So, did everyone get in? I think is that river of something. I think they had trouble with the last round as well. You still with us? River. What's the river team called? Um, we are still waiting on that one team. River of Emotion. Yes, River of Emotion. Just hit submit on whatever you've got. But I assume you are doing that, and we're just having some kind of problem collecting your data. But I don't want you to get shut out of this round. So we'll give it another few seconds. Yeah, just hit submit on what we have right now, and that way we can tot everything up. So this is the signal. Okay, there they are. All right. So we'll get those stuck into the scoreboard, but first let's go over the answers. So first one, control an Italian-American plumber as he propels himself along a race course with the power of his own flatulence. We've of course changed Mario Kart to Mario Farts, which, good bit of toilet humor to really get people into the hang of how the round works. I think everyone got this one. Second one, a first-person adventure where you control a member of a U.S. battalion as they spend their leave hanging out in the food court and shoplifting cheap nail polish. Why, those are things you do at the mall. It's Mall of Duty. Then we have harvest and ferment cubic grapes from your cubic vineyard. It's digital Lego Minecraft, but we're making wine, so it's Winecraft. Next one, stay safe from infection by fighting space demons, like in Doom. But we're doing it using work from home software. Change D to Z, and that's Zoom. And finally, some of the most famous faces in video games hold a platform-based fighting tournament, like in Super Smash Bros. But they're doing it in Victoria's Secret, where there are a lot of bras, Super Smash Bras. Oh no, computer problems. Always a bit of a pain. Don't worry, we got your answers. We got hold of them. So I think you actually did all right on that. So let's have a look at the scores. Yeah, I'm sure you think so because the Van Goghs did very well indeed on that round. And it's still very close indeed. Especially at the top, 1 point between the top three teams as it's been so far. So do River of Emotion. Yeah, it's extremely close indeed. I was like, I'll write another tiebreak question, but like, what the odds I'm gonna have to use it straight away? But it's really looking like it. Big bag of cans, getting some severe like PTSD flashbacks right now. Just 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, we've got the big bag of cans and the Van Goghs on 23 points in the lead. River of Emotion just 1 point back on 22. So I am doing a little extra patter to stall because in case you do need an extra minute to find another device to do the last couple of rounds on. And then yes, Cat Flaps and Cormax so close, right, nipping at the ankles with 19 points each. Third joint the Cormax comeback, as Jessica notes. It's one of the best sports stories of the weekend. We're not in the weekend anymore, but anyway, what a shame. So we're going to move on to round 7. Liz, do you have political pets? Yeah. Do you have a device to enter your answers for this round? You said you had computer problems, so want to make sure that all our teams are able to get their answers in, especially when it's so close. Oh. Okay, I think yeah, stream cut out for a second there. Yeah. So we've got round 7. Political pets. You're going to see pictures of the pets of 5 different world leaders, and you just got to choose which world leader has which pet. Nothing too complicated about the concept. We'll have a look at the different pets on screen while you're choosing. So let's see the first set of pets. How adorable. Look at them cuddling. It's just a nice excuse to look at some cute animals. Okay, and this is pet set number 2. Whose pets are these pets? And who's up next? There are some pets. Whose pets are they? And another set. Many pets in this set of pets. So this list is 1-to-1. You've got the same 5 world leaders available to choose from for each of the 5 pictures of pets. Look at that good pet. I want to pet that pet. So yeah, choose. So yeah, it matches up 1-to-1. There's one answer for each set of pets. You're here. It's all golden. Great. Glad to hear it. I was worried that we were going to be losing one of our tight. What do you call that in like a bicycle race? Peloton. Worrying someone's going to be falling out of the peloton right before the end. All right, so get your answers in for that. 2 teams in already. I think with a lot of this, it's just kind of feeling the vibe, you know? Can we put? We can't put pictures in the chat, can we? It's too bad. I was gonna start soliciting pet pictures. I know for a fact we have some pet owners in. Should we have a comment debate, cats versus dogs? I'm really reaching across the aisle in that debate. I'm bipartisan. If you had to choose, if you could only have one. I will say I spent most of my life as a cat person, but now I would have to go dogs now because Jessica's allergic to cats, and I'm a Jessica person. Oh, like when you own both, it's like choosing a favorite child. Oh, very, very cleverly worded comment there. Okay, everyone's in, so we'll run through the answers. We'll see them first. Let's get them up on the screen. The first set were they're called Champ and Major, and they are the dogs of President-elect Joe Biden. Then we have Asai and Zhang Zhang or Think Think. They belong to Tsai Ing-wen of Taiwan. Next, we have Buffy and Yuma. They are 2 of Vladimir Putin's 4 dogs. Next, we have Kiki, Simba, Leo, and Tiger. They are the cats of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak of Malaysia. And finally, we have Broad, RIP, pouring one out for Broad, the recently deceased dog of President Michael Higgins of Ireland. Oh no, I think no. Broad is still around. I think his sister is the one who died, who was also a Bernese or a Swiss, whichever they are. I can never remember which one's which. But very adorable, very cute pets. It's always fun to just look at pets, isn't it? Yes, Tsai Ing-wen ran on a cat lady platform, so if you look at their Wikipedia page, it mentions that they are like, campaign. Shoda is Rhodes' sister who died recently. Um, okay, so let's take a look at the scoreboards. This is going into the final rounds. And what are we looking at? Oh, so it has opened up a little bit, and the Van Goghs have taken a lead with 28 points. Big Bag of Cans, Tuvok on 26. 23 points for River of Emotion, and then Cat Flaps and Cormax tied on 21. Oh, the Cormax comeback stalled a little at the final hurdle. What a shame. But it is still definitely could go to any of the top three teams in this final round. They've been battling for it all night long. Could come down to another tiebreak, God forbid. So let's go into that final round of general knowledge. Okay. First question, question one. Which comedy movie had the tagline, "If he were any cooler, he'd still be frozen, baby"? Is it Jack Frost, Encino Man, Austin Powers, or Demolition Man? So Jack Frost, Encino Man, Austin Powers, or Demolition Man? Question two. In printer cartridges, the letters C, Y, and M are used to refer to the colors cyan, yellow, and magenta. But what letter is typically used for black? Is that B, O, N, or K? Bonk. BONK. Which one is used for black? All right, question three. What animal has the largest eye in the world? Is it the blue whale, the giant squid, the whale shark, or the giant Pacific octopus? So blue whale, giant squid, whale shark, or giant Pacific octopus, which has the largest eyes in the world? Okay, question four also has a little Thanksgiving flavor. Which of the following is not a real first name found in the manifest of the Mayflower? Is it Mungo, Degory, Oceanus, or Wrestling? Which of those is not a real first name found in the manifest of the Mayflower? Oh yeah, so we randomize the order that you guys get your options. So this is you don't get around where it's all C's or whatever, because I got lazy when I was writing. And looks like one of the teams got Knob for round two. And the final question, in which of these Sean Bean movies does his character not die? Your options are Equilibrium, The Field, Silent Hill, and Patriot Games. So in which of those movies does Sean Bean's character not die? He's famous for dying in movies, but he doesn't die in one of those. So quickly run through those again one more time. Question one, which comedy movie had the tagline, "If he were any cooler, he'd still be frozen, baby"? Question two, in printer cartridges, what letter is used for black? In question 3, which animal has the largest eye? Question 4, which is not a real first name found in of people who sailed on the Mayflower? And question 5, in which of those Sean Bean movies does his character not die? And that's it. That's the last round. So, a few moments to get your answers in. Thanks for coming again, guys. Good to see some returning quizzes. And from we just need one more team in, I think. And I think it's going to be another photo finish. We'll see how close exactly when Jessica has all the scores. Anyone need anything repeated there? Absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty. Every week's a new week. Oh, when the stream stops chopping up. Yeah, every week is a new week. Clean slate. We're not held back by a poor showing in the week before. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the last round? Oh yeah, cats versus dogs. All right, I think everyone is in. So we'll run through the answers before we go to the final scoreboard. Once Jessica gets that all added up. So question 1, if he were any cooler, he'd still be frozen. It seems like it could refer to Encino Man, where he's a caveman, or Demolition Man. But it's the baby. If he were any cooler, he'd still be frozen, baby. It's Austin Powers. He's like frozen in the 60s. Then question 2, K, CYMK or KCYM or whatever, however it is. K is black. Then question 3, the giant squid has the largest eyes in the world. I think most teams got that one. I think every team got that one. So glad to see we have some keen marine biologists. You can kind of work it out as well if you think about it. Like, blue whales are big, but you look at them, they're not very eye-y, are they? Question 4, Mungo. So Degery, Oceanus, and Wrestling are all real names apparently, but Mungo, which I've met a Mungo, never met any of the others, was not on the Mayflower. And question 5, Silent Hill. You know, you wouldn't really expect it. It's the one where he's in like some terrifying haunted town full of demons, but he doesn't die in that one. But he does die in all of the others: Equilibrium, The Field, and Patriot Games. So, how did you do in that round? How are you feeling about your chances? Oh, your granddad's cat was called Mungo. I.e. What's Mungo's surname? Jerry. Did you know that Mungo one of the guys in Mungo Jerry is the uncle of Dappy and Talisa out of N-Dubz. Or the dad, maybe? I don't know. They're related. So the N-Dubz people are related to one of the Mungo Jerry people. Just gonna, oh, here we go. And it's a tiebreaker again. Oh my God, the scores. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Another tiebreaker. And and it once again features Mr. Shankar, Shane. Before the quiz, we were talking, and he said, "I'm the Buffalo Bills of this." So, for those of you who don't know, the Buffalo Bills went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls in the early '90s and lost each one. So let's have a look at the tiebreak question for this week. I think Jessica has put the link in the chat. So paste that into wherever you're going to paste it to. And today's tiebreaker is, according to his build weight, how many Dwayne The Rock Johnsons are equivalent to the heaviest blue whale ever caught? So we don't know how heavy the biggest blue whale ever was, but back in the whaling days, they would take them out of the water. That's the only way you can weigh them, unfortunately. But yeah, according to his build weight, how many Dwayne The Rock Johnsons are equivalent to the heaviest blue whale ever measured? And I can't see the scores coming in for this, so I'm going to be waiting for Jessica on that. But while we're waiting for that to come in, thank you everyone who's showed up this evening. Hope you had a fun time. Hope to see you all back in the future. I've had a fun time as well. We're going to be closing up the Vampire Hunter Trivia Mystery soon, and rolling out a more Christmassy one. So if you want to do that, check the website for your last chance to get on the Vampire Hunter Trivia Mystery private trivia party. I think we've got one of the teams in. But yeah, thanks for coming. I wouldn't be doing this without an audience, so you are all the best. All right, I am really on tenterhooks to see how this turns out. All right, let's get those guesses in. I know you're thinking in your head, you're trying to think, well, if a blue whale, let's see, they're about this, I know they're about this long, and let's see, cube square law, or what does Dwayne Johnson, he looks like he weighs about this much. Oh, but then he'd probably say he weighs about this much on his build weight. I know all the internal machinery is turning, but let's just take a stab at it, see what you get. How many Dwayne The Rock Johnsons to a blue whale? Oh, I can't believe we've had 3 in a row. Is it going to be third time's the charm, or is Shane just going to be a victim of the tiebreaker curse? So let's see. Well, we have both answers in. Let's have a think. Anyone in the chat who was not in the tiebreaker, if you want to make your guesses, let's see. Win or lose, we have fun. That's a good attitude to have. Anyone want to make a guess in the chat? Let's see how those who are not in the tiebreaker. Well, let's go through. Let's see. So, Mr. Shankar Shane guessed 30. Hugo Lomax guesses 400. Shane guessed 30. Cleo guesses 19. We've got guesses all over the scale there. And the Van Goghs guessed 128. So of the two people taking part in, we've got some various guesses from other quizzes covering a wide range of options. And our two official quizzes type people in the tiebreak. We've got Shane on 30, the Van Goghs on 128. The answer is blue whales are really big, you guys. 1,611. I think you're really underestimating how huge a blue whale is, or you're really overestimating how big the rock is. Either way, that does mean shock horror. Shane loses on a third consecutive tiebreak. That is, that's got a sting. But congratulations to the Van Goghs. Well done. If you Jessica will send you an email after the quiz, and you can, congratulations, guys. Big bag, big bag of cons. Oh dear. Am I back? Okay, absolute scenes here. Just joyous and just I can't describe these scenes. Legendary scenes. It's popping off over here in HQ. We can't believe that we've had 3 tie breaks in a row. Fantastic. And yeah, well done, guys. 1,611 the rocks. So I was just saying to our winners, well done. Jessica will email you, and you can get in contact about free entry in a future quiz, or we have like stuff from our online store that you can get as a prize. Okay, and thank you all, and congratulations to our winners. Commiserations to Shane. Just an absolute heartbreaker. He really going for that Buffalo Bills situation. Yes, defiance for sure. All right, fantastic. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming, and see you for future quizzes. All right, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to those that applies to. Bye bye.